I think they probably are panicking. The thing about this 50% tariff is that it sends a message to Xi Jinping. You know, Xi Jinping and Donald Trump, they both know one thing, and that is the U.S. has all the high cards in this. The only way that China wins this trade war is if it gets Trump to back down. And as you just pointed out, Trump's not going to back down. And we know that because of this 50% tariff. Trump is saying, you're not going to intimidate me, China. You're not going to force me to back down. I'm not submitting to you, China. And that is a message that is heard in Zhongnanhai, where the Communist Party headquarters in the center of Beijing. And I think that, as President Trump said about a week ago, these guys in China, they're panicking.
You know, Gordon, Xi Jinping runs the Chinese Communist Party like a mob boss. He's not used to people telling him what to do. How do we get him to the negotiating table where, quite honestly, we can allow him to at least think that he's saving face, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure that that's within our power. We can do a lot of things, but that's maybe not one thing that we can accomplish. And the reason is Xi Jinping has configured the Chinese political system right now so that only the most hostile answers are considered to be acceptable. The rational thing for Xi to do would be to come to Trump and cut a deal. But he can't do that because that makes him look weak at home. So he could very well take China off the cliff because he doesn't want to appear feeble. But the problem for him is that we're the high cards. We're the bigger economy. We're the trade deficit economy. And that means Xi Jinping has no bullets in his six-shooter.
Look, I've never accused Xi Jinping of being a dumb guy or not smart. I think he's sly as a fox. This guy, in many respects, you could make the argument he's probably brilliant. But is he stuck in his ways enough to bring his entire country over the cliff, as you mentioned, Gordon?
We're going to find out. But we got to remember that his hero was Mao Zedong. And Mao Zedong took China over the cliff a couple of times. And I think that Xi Jinping is ideologically fixed on certain things. He believes in communism. He believes that China should rule the world. He doesn't respect the United States. And so that could lead him to miscalculations that lead to disaster for China. And that's perfectly possible. And the other thing that's possible, which you suggested with your clips, was that maybe he lashes out at Japan, at Taiwan, at the Philippines, at Australia, at South Korea. And those are all areas within the last 2 weeks that China is engaged in provocative military activity. This is across China's